Hello everyone. I haven't made a video in a long time. I've been busy a little bit. Haven't been, up to it, the cooking videos. So anyway, today it's a little bit cloudy. It's been like this for a few days. And I thought, well, maybe I should make a video. Maybe not cooking, but maybe show you my tiny garden outside. So here it is. I mean, just like an overview. I have some grow bags here that I have been using for about a year now, and I'll show you what I have planted in each of these. But it's not something fancy, but so far I haven't spent too much time in organizing it or growing much of the cooler stuff like tomatoes and other things that I have done in the past. So let's show you. Let me show you what we have here. So I had about 7 or 8 grow bags with the okra that I had grown last year. And in the winter, what I was hoping was that these plants would dry down, and so I stopped watering them for some time, and they never completely died. So what I thought was that, well, maybe as an experiment, maybe what I should do is to trim off the long branches. So I've cut them off maybe a week ago or so, and I basically since they were still green and still growing, okra, little okra growing here and there. So I cut the long ones and then kept the shorter ones here. And so that has, they've been sprouting back up now, and it looks like there might be okay to not pull them out and grow from seeds again. Just maybe I can simply put some, maybe some compost and add some, nutrients to the soil, and maybe they will grow back up. So that's my plan for now. So let's see how that goes. So like I said, I mean, there were like about 8 plants, 8 grow bags, and some of them had 3 plants I had, and some of them have 2. And so I'm gonna just, like I said, put some nutrients back into the grow bags for these okra, and I'm hoping that they will grow back up. So let me show you close up a little bit of this plant. Like I cut off the big stems over there, and then I have these small okra flowers and some leaves sprouting out from the stems or the base of the stems again. So I'm hoping that they'll grow back up. Maybe not that robust as the one that I had last year, but I might be able to get away with some okra. All right, so these are the okra plants. And in the middle, I had some space, and I had some soil bags that I had bought a few months ago. So I just put them here and in between these grow bags. And this, I'm hoping that I can plant some maybe mustard greens or some onions, or maybe even radishes here. So right next to the okra, here is a row of the okra plants from this angle here, and so right next to the okra here is my chili plant. So these are kind of, I haven't picked them a lot, and the plant is not in a very good shape, but it has a lot of chilies. So I have been just ignoring it, and what had happened is that these chilies, after they dry up on the plant, they fall down, and you can see at the bottom there are some new plants that are just sprouting out of those fallen chilies. And so I have quite a few, actually, the baby plants down there, and so they just are growing by themselves. So in this grow bag, I planted this chili, and somehow also maybe a seed or a couple of seeds fell down from my cilantro, and so a cilantro plant grew also here. And then, like I said, I mean, we have the other baby chili plants also growing from just the fallen down chilies. So this plant also needs some sort of nutrient compost. So I'll probably add some in here as well later. Okay, so right next to that is another one of these okra plants, and this one also trimmed as the others are. And right next to it is my big cilantro. So I had planted maybe seeds all over, so some of them sprouted, and this is actually quite an old plant. It's been here for about, I would say about five months or so. So I've been harvesting cilantro from it, and now it has grown tall, and it has started to flower, and then all the bees. I have made another video of that, but there are a lot of bees here and flowers, and you can also see that it has also grown the cilantro seeds, and some of them you can see here. So the bees have been busy pollinating the flowers, and so this is actually my second generation of cilantro. So I had saved some seeds from last year, and I had huge crop, and I'll show you another plant, another grow bag that I have, which also has some recently sown cilantro. And so, but this one I grew from the seeds that I had saved, and this has grown again into a big, huge plant that I am currently waiting for to harvest the seeds again. But it's also producing, some leaves of cilantro, which I've been using in my cooking. And right next to it is the new plantation of my cilantro. So this I planted maybe a couple of months ago, and it is growing pretty good so far. This is very fresh cilantro. So I'm harvesting from here as well, a little bit here and there whenever I need it. And this is the same seeds that I had saved from the earlier one, which I grew this one from, so from last year. Free seeds, free cilantro, that works great. Okay, next to it I had planted some garlic, and so these were the store-bought garlic, organic garlic, and if you leave them, if you don't use them all up, then they start to sprout. And so these were about 8 or 9 bulbs that were, or the cloves that were sprouting. So I put them here in this grow bag, and so I harvest some of the green garlic shoots from here. If I'm making dal or something else, I just put them in there. And so I had, half a grow bag was the garlic that I planted, and right next to it was some space left over. So I maybe like 2 weeks ago I planted some radishes there, and they have started to sprout as well. So radishes right next to the garlic. So that is another of my grow bags. Okay, so right behind this garlic is the plant that I bought from nursery here in Mexico, and this is the basil. Now this basil is not the typical basil that you see in the stores in US. It's a different kind. It's very, very strong, and we have used it very little bit, maybe sometimes just hopping over a pizza or something. But it's a very strong smell, and it's also been flowering and seeding, and it's not really in a great shape at this moment. I think it also needs some compost. I'll add some compost to this one as well. So that's one grow bag here. Right next to it is the oregano. And so this oregano has been doing really, really well. We bought a few plants from the nursery, and I planted them in this grow bag, and they've grown, quite a lot. And we have been harvesting it, using it, and also have been drying them up as well. And they dry beautifully, very flavorful, very fragrant. So this is my oregano grow bag. And right next to the oregano is my mint patch. This is also a grow bag. Everything is actually growing in the grow bags. The soil over here, the native soil is not very good, and it'll take a long time to bring it up to quality so it can start producing something. So the grow bags are the way to go. So anyway, this mint again has been doing quite well. Last year I had harvested and left kind of it overgrowing, and it after a while it basically becomes very hardy and wood-like. And then I cut them all down to bare roots, and then it sprouts right back up in a few months. So I've been using this fresh mint to make chutneys and just use it in biryani or food and other things. And I've also been drying it. So both these, oregano and mint, is doing very, very good. Okay, right next to the mint, I planted some radishes, and these are the daikon radishes, the white ones. And I planted them maybe like a week or 2 weeks ago, and they're sprouting as well. I had planted them earlier in this grow bag, and they did really well, and we ate them over time, and now it was time to replant them. So here is the daikon radishes. This is also, I believe, daikon radishes. Yeah, so these are planted maybe like a month ago. And they have started to sprout, and I haven't actually seen the radishes, the daikon radishes like coming out of forming the roots yet, or the bulbs. So they're still very young plants. So hopefully in another month or so we can start harvesting this one. Okay, so right next to these daikon radishes, I have planted some those red radishes. So you can see one here. So this one didn't do, not all of the seeds actually sprouted, so you can see some of the space in the grow bag is just empty. Maybe I should replant some of these here. But they are forming the bulbs. You can see them here. They're still small, but they are definitely forming the bulb. So this is another radish grow bag. And right next to it is another radish grow bag, same kind. And I had harvested one or two of them yesterday, and they're pretty good. They're still kind of on the smaller side. Maybe another week or so, they'll grow up a little bit bigger and more radishes to harvest. Okay, right next to it is my not so great doing spinach. And what happened with this grow bag is that I maybe overplanted the seeds, and it was very overcrowded. And you can see, I harvested a few times from this spinach grow bag, but it somehow got some worms in them, and there were a lot of bugs, and it needed some nutrients. So I did add some compost, some fertilizer, organic fertilizer in it. So it's kind of bouncing back, and I thinned the plants. I removed some of the plants. So it is kind of getting better now, but still you can see some of the yellow leaves, and so but not too great. And so the last grow bag here is also radishes. So these are planted, and these I kind of neglected, and they were overgrown and they've become woody, and so some of the side over here I replanted them, and I think I have maybe one growing here. Yeah, this one's still an old one, old plant, this one. But you can see one growing right here, small one, and hopefully, well, there's a few of them here growing too. So I'm hoping that these will sprout again. Another grow bag here. So that's all I have. As for my tiny garden, it produces, keeps me sane, healthy, some stuff that I get. And here you can see at the distance is my tandoor. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed a little tour of my garden, and let me know in the comments below what you think of it, what I can do to improve, and I will keep you posted as I grow more things. I'm still trying to figure out what I'm going to use with the soil in the middle of these grow bags. The season for mustard greens is probably gone now. It's starting to get warm a little bit. But anyway, thanks for watching, and I will see you next time. Take care.